Good morning, heroes. It is, I think, 7:30 of the a.m. and I just made myself a huge freaking cup of coffee because I am doing NaNoWriMo this year, and I just woke up and I just kind of finished all my projects, and I was like, let's just get all these projects out of the way because I'm moving, blah, blah, blah. I don't need that to worry about, and I don't need that to worry about, and I am moving the day before November, but I'm tired of not writing. I'm gonna do a NaNo novel. I brainstormed my next novel idea that I wanted to do with Alexis, so I have sort of a loose outline. Now, the first novel that I've written and published, I've written other novels, but the first novel that I've written and then published is called Fairy Tale, the novel, and it is a modern, no, it's not really a modern fantasy. It's a medieval fantasy, but the main character goes into the medieval fantasy world. Yeah, I'm deciding to write a sequel to it because 2 nanos ago, I didn't do last nano, but the nano before that, I decided to write a sequel to Fairy Tale, and I liked the concept. I did finish the book, and I liked the concept, but I think it was a little too serious, whereas Fairy Tale is very much a comedy. In this other book that I wrote, the main character, Sean, it was the day before his wedding, and we had never seen this girl in Fairy Tale. So I was like, wait, you know, I should probably show something about their relationship. Maybe that can be book 3. I can redraft it, make it a little more comedic, but maybe you should see something about this girl that he's about to get married to before he gets married to her. So that's what this book is going to be centered around. He's going to go back into the fantasy world again, and it's going to have to do with his girlfriend at the time, Paisley. That's a mixture between Paisley and Hazel. Her name is Paisley. I can just use OYAN chapter outline. That's probably the best one for a book anyway, since it is for a book. Alright, here we go. So if you haven't done the one-year adventure novel curriculum, you should! But also, this is what that's referring to. So for the inciting incident, just to be basic, that's the thing that gets the story rolling. So I've already thought the idea that Sean goes into this fairy tale with this girl, and they're arguing at first. So I'm thinking the thing that incites it is their argument. So they fight, and she doesn't like him anymore because she thinks he's a jerk, and he kind of is. Now, that's the inciting incident that incites them needing to go into the story in the first place. But there's also, portal happens. So I'll just put that down. I don't know the details. That's all I got for chapter 1 for now. I'll think about it. Promises, prophecies, and predicaments. So now we gotta set up the story. I think in Promises and Prophecies, meet the knight who might be... No, that can't work. So we're gonna meet the knight. So if war breaking out with the dunes is in the... War may be sort of being dealt with the dunes. I think maybe something else is happening. Like maybe they're having bad relations with the... Oh yes, they're having bad relations with the mythical creatures. They never expected that to happen. But the mythical creatures all love Sean. So they want to, maybe Hansak and Sufine want him sort of be their ambassador to the mythical creatures to help them establish good relations. Embracing Destiny, I guess, is where Sean and Hazley, whatever her name is, set out to solve the problem. I think that's all. So they have this list, and they got to go down it. They got to make the list. They got to make the plan. Finian is even more perfectly ridiculous than... he's more flowery. I'm going to put that in his description than Hansak was. And he's smitten with... he's smitten with Hazley immediately because of her modernness and her treasure seekerness. It's like always bringing her flowers and everything. And she's rubbing it in Sean's face. Meet the mermaids. In the new world, they meet mermaids. They try out their plan. Doesn't work. They get attacked. They should probably have other people with them too. Maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't work. They get attacked. The mermaid attacking Sean decides maybe to keep him. She's the tough fighter type. Sean and Hazley sort of split up. Hey, I have to think about what Hazley's ship name would be. Hazley and Sean's ship name would be. It would be like Shazley. That would be cute. Maybe I should leave her name Hazley. Shazley is cute. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe in the failure Steve returns. That might be better. So they have to go, so they divide the list in half. That means that now what they've got is, and basically in the failure, Sean has to fail because he's too full of himself and won't listen to anyone else. And that's why his relationship with Hazley is failing. Won't listen to anyone else. And I mean, he'll always kind of be like that, but he can at least learn that he is like that. Sean fails because he's too full of himself and won't listen to anyone else. Like, I think she, what's her name? In lessons, I think they're trapped somewhere. I think Sean and Mermaid Girl are trapped somewhere, and I don't know. No, that shouldn't be in lessons. That should be in atonement and achievement. Or maybe the black moment. And the black moment, though, basically she tells him, she sees that Sean is in love with Hazley. And because she loves Sean, and because she loves Sean, she wants him to be with her. When he didn't want her to say that, he wanted her to argue. He's like, no, Sean, I love you, Sean, would be nice. Gets, I think, Han stuck in trouble, because that would make him really sad. I'm thinking the biggest bad people in this might be the rogue elves teamed up with the mermaids. The rogue, like maybe everybody has a bad rap with Glynn's Door, but the elves and mermaids are teamed up. The leader is the mermaids' dad. Yeah. So he basically says I never should have let women fight. That'd be funny. And imprisons everyone, I guess. That's when Steve should show up. So in the black moment, I think they bring, no, now I should write, I think in that outline. They bring Sean and the mermaid to the evil king, evil mer king, who releases his daughter maybe. And the elves are more like, you know, I think the elves are more like, well, we don't really like the evil things that the mermaids are doing, but, you know, like, we just turn the other way. Calm Before the Storm has to be like, Hazley and Sean escaped. Now, in the showdown, he has to make a big choice that shows that he has changed. So let's see, what's the thing? I think he has to do her plan instead of his. Before that, he has to admit to himself, at least, if not to her, that he does love her. So I'm thinking, denouement is obviously when they get back. Now I have an entire outline. I'm going to read it to you now that it's completed. Chapter 1. Fight where she has a crush and he thought they were just friends, so they fight and she doesn't like him anymore. Portal happens. Chapter 2. Bad relations with mythical creatures sends them off to help. Sean says Hazley should stay back, but she says no, and Hansok takes a liking to her, so he sends her. Elves riot. Meet Finian the Knight to guide them. Chapter 3. Sean and Hazley set out to solve the problem with Finian, parentheses, flowerier than Hansok, smitten with Hazley immediately, and she's rubbing it in Sean's face. And Sean tries, maybe at night, to talk to the elves, but gets beat up in his effort and decides he wants to save them, which Hazley thinks is attractive, but it's because he's so great, which Hazley thinks is annoying again. Chapter 4. Making plans to appeal to the nations. Mermaids, elves, satyrs, gnomes, Netherop, dragons, Benishalo, corals. Meet mermaids. They try out their plan, doesn't work. They get attacked. The mermaid attacking Sean decides maybe to keep him. She's the tough fighter type, leather-wearing type. Wouldn't that get ruined underwater? Number 5. They negotiate with her. She wants peace too. She kind of controls / bullies Sean. He's really mad about it. Hazley doesn't seem to mind too much. Finian is very concerned. Finian is mythically racist. Finian gives mythically racist comments. She thinks they should split up, which is when Sean and Hazley split up. Chapter 6. Sean fails because he's too full of himself and won't listen to anyone. Steve returns. Sean asks someone for kissing tips, and then he gets grossed out and tells him to shut up. He asks Finian, who always writes poetry for Hazley. Chapter 7. There's a battle going on. Hansok's there, and Sean's inability to listen to the mermaid girl, who obviously knows more about her own kind, like Hazley knows more about herself than Sean, gets Hansok in trouble with the rogue elves and the mermaids who are teamed up against them. The mer leader is the mermaid's dad. Chapter 8. Says they never should have let women fight. Okay, that's the mer dad. Says they never should have let women fight and imprisons everyone. Sean and the mer girl are trapped somewhere, and she sees that Sean is in love with Hazley, and because she loves Sean, she wants him to be with her, with Hazley. He wants her to argue. Quote, a little no, Sean. I love you, Sean, would be nice. Why does everyone give up on me so fast? This is chapter 8. They bring Sean and the mermaid to the evil mer king, who releases his daughter, and. Well, that's all I have there. Bad stuff. Happens. Fill that in later. Other races need to be involved. Okay. Chapter 9. Hazley and Sean escape, discuss a plan. Hansok and Zufina, Randy, and somewhere here. See, it gets very blurry near the end. 10. He does her plan instead of his. Then he does what he always would have done and risk himself to save her. The plan is to unite the races to each other. The battle was a symbol of his and Hazley's division. That's why he couldn't fix it at first. He was trying to explain why it was good for them selfishly. But now with his new Hazley reunion thing, he's just like, suck it up and be friends. You don't have to hold on to grudges. Friendships suck, but they're also the best thing ever. Maybe that was actually chapter 9. But anyway, this last chapter, when they get back and see his parents, Sean tries to write poetry. Hazley says it sucks, but that's why she loves it, and she kisses him. Okay. That is all I have of the outline so far. And the reason I think that I tend to leave the end kind of more blank is because I'm like half planner, half pantster. So I have a plan, I have an end to shoot for, I have some things to happen in between, and now I have this outline so that as I'm writing and certain things start to happen naturally and sort of pile up, I can go add to the end of this and know more what I'm shooting for. Or for my channel, I probably wouldn't be doing Nano this year, but because I have these people watching being like, so, are you writing? Like, this is a Writer Wednesday, and I don't see you writing much. Like, you read one fanfic, and that's about it. So, so I'm gonna be doing NaNoWriMo thanks to you lovely people. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And tell me in the comments below if you're doing NaNoWriMo. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And share it if you think it's helpful or whatever. We are epic heroes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.